Oh man, I've cleaned out all my drives. I forgot to run Yash's new audio settings. I just remembered as I started the stream. Oh, he's gonna kill me. That's all right. I've got streams tomorrow, and that'll be the second thing I do after this stream, because the first thing I gotta do is something else. Yeah, what?
Some of them made a fucky wucky and didn't get radios.
Sucks for them.
If they can pick up radios.
Off what? The dead guys? Bold of you to assume I gave them on the dead guys, so good luck with that.
You done gone fucked up.
He says towards the end, yeah.
So I'll explain why there's an extra box right there in a second. All right, when Drake's ready, we'll be ready to go.
I can't find it.
So I'll say this again when we have people show up and for the stream's sake, but we have a full arsenal down because they gave me a template, but they didn't put any custom armors on it. So I'm trusting them to grab only their armor and anything cosmetic like that little doodad right there, and I've checked it to make sure it didn't give them anything. But now we're waiting because there were a few little hiccups. We're 45 minutes late on this, but now that I know, then there shouldn't be an issue.
You see that?
Alright. And
Be with me.
nothing pops up when I search clan. Really.
Someone want to go up to the arsenal and help them?
No. Just basic. Yeah.
Oh man, but as they're moving to the first AO, I have so much to talk about. Both on the last 3 hours of development that happened in setting the server up, and then
Okay.
a few extra things that happened, but
in the wrong area.
this will probably be one of those videos where I heavily cut everything and then just link the full VOD so we can talk about everything. But yeah, now that you're here, I will say this. I didn't put the new settings you gave me last night yet. I completely forgot because I had to focus on this and also some IRL stuff. So anyway, let's get this show on the road. Don't hate me. I'm sorry. All right, we'll put this over here. All right, so let's officially begin. So, hi, welcome to Project 16, open world Mandalorian stuff. This is Planet Zargabad. A lot of stuff's written on the top. Please follow those rules. If you don't, bad things might happen. We already went over if you didn't get a radio. If you find one on a dead guy, you're allowed to take it. The only things you're not allowed to loot off of the dead is guns and ammo. You might not be able to access certain units' uniforms, but everything you need to loot is off of their vests and backpacks, so to speak. Let's go over everything real quick. There's 4 contracts up for grabs today. Spice shipment. Simply put, you got to find a briefcase, bring it back here, you get paid. Second one, recover intellectual property. You find a data chip, you bring it back here, you get paid. Third thing, hostage rescue. 6 guys are being held captive by some bad boys. You bring all 6 back to the PDF, you get paid 1,800. Bring 5 back, 1,500, so on and so forth. 300 per person, PP. Fourth one, clear out a rival gain. Kill everyone there, you get paid. Any questions? Cool. Let me show you guys the 2 major factions of the planet real quick. This is what your average PDF guy looks like. So, probably important to know, these guys will also be patrolling their streets. If you, see these guys with guns, you probably don't want to fuck with them, because they have tanks and shit, and we don't have any ATs, so that would be bad. That's what your average PDF guy looks like, and this is what your average hut guy looks like. Any questions? All right. Otherwise, good luck, have fun. If there's anything major, just write to me on side chat and I'll answer it. But yeah, missions a go.
All right,
I'm gonna
sounds
say
good. Thanks,
here,
Liru.
the only
No problem.
we're gonna talk on side chat. Rally Masters up.
All right. So I'll be curious to see what contract they do first, and when I figure it out,
Here, school circle, guys.
we'll see how things go. So, whoo, wow, this at the end of the day took like 30 hours of development. I'm not even kidding.
To unequip my radio. Last time when I was unequipping my stuff to log out and log it back in.
Yep. Here, just grab it from the radio.
Over here.
Okay.
Give him a second. He has a debug issue.
What's it called again?
It would be if you go to the arsenal. If you communication AN/PRC152, second one from the top. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
No problem. Oh man, yeah. So we're about 50 minutes late. There's 4 missions on the table. I know, right, Barb? Only 10 hours of testing. It was a pain in the butt. But let me get you guys up to speed here. I'm gonna add 2 things to the mission command. So now if you go into those, you'll be able to see what they're doing. The first link is the spreadsheet. The second one is just a list of the active contracts. And once I know which ones they're going for, I'm not going to go in their school circle. We're just going to have a listen. I will explain parts of the contract because I got all 4 down. I've got some random units patrolling. I'm trying not to have Blue 4 too close to Op 4. Right now, Green 4 is friendly to Blue 4 and Op 4. When I see them going for something, I will change the scenario flow to it's actually changed sides. That way I can control who they're antagonizing against what faction, and it won't be too much of an issue. But I don't want Blue 4 to be too close for Op 4. But actually, I could just set Blue 4 friendly to Op 4 and be fine with that. So completely forgot I could do that. It's you can't set them friendly and hostile to civilians. So we've got a few different factions down on play today. Again, this is the first op. It's the tutorial one. I got Op 4 debug units up there, Blue 4 debug units up there, and things should be A-okay. Did it not add the fucking space? Oh, I am so sorry. There is 5 spaces. That should be enough. I apologize for that. I forget that if you just copy-paste them, then should be A-okay, right? Yep, okay, they're both separate. Awesome. So, here's how everything works, guys. They filled out a form. Every single person fills out a form, and the form is basically their name, a list of the gear they want with the prices, and then the ending amount of credits, because I want them to do the math with it, too. They all had 500 credits to start. Walrus, who is the guy in charge, had 750, and then Moon, who's, second guy in charge because they're a brother pair. They both run the unit. He had an additional 150 credits off of that because in Mission 3, when we were testing people looting credit chips and stuff off of dead bodies, whoever got the most would get a bonus for this campaign. So he had like 900 credits total. So he had a lot of cool stuff with that. But the gear you can buy is guns, ammo, medical, special services like medical training, and then, there's also vehicles and stuff, but those are much more expensive. And yeah, I know, it's literally a picture of all of the cells because that's the easiest way for me to do it. You can ew me all you want, Yash, but that's the most efficient way. So, how this works, is I put everything in these boxes, and INIDB2 is going to save both what is in each of these boxes individually labeled tied to their name. So the file will literally be Drake's cache or Apathy's cache, and it'll reload what's in all of their inventories as we go along. Second thing INIDB2 will do, which is not working right now because it's something conflicting in their mod set, and I might not even keep, is what's in their inventories, period. So, similar to the Project 12 campaign, that we did with the 506 is day by day it would keep their gear. However, there have been a few things that just popped up over the past 20 minutes that would make that unadvisable, and instead just having them copy and paste an arsenal, or me just bringing in an arsenal box every week for them to save and load their kits would be better than INIDB2 framework, because...
I'm going with you boys. I'm going to be going with this group over here. All right.
Oh, they're going to do a split. Nice. Because they didn't give me a template with all of the guys specifically with their armor, so I had to bring in a full arsenal so they could get their fancy armors anyway.
It was split perfectly.
Plus, they have a mod that directly ties into their armors, so if that updates and they change class names and it breaks, it might completely break their INIDB2 file now that I think about it. So I think I'm only going to use INIDB2 for the inventory caching, because they're not going to put armors in there, so I don't have to worry about that. And we can just have it do day by day with players. That way, especially when we change maps, because INIDB2 would also save their position, I don't have to worry about their positions being changed based off of everything. If it's laggy for you, that's something different. I actually don't have Windows 7. I lost that a year ago because Windows 10 auto update kicked in. And I don't know, but it's not the game. We're getting it near 60 frames. So if you're lagging, that's...
You guys are going for the spice.
It's not on my end. I'm not getting any dropped frames either. So that's not on me. So don't know what to tell you. But that's what we're going to change with the players, is we're going to probably take out the player-based INIDB2 kits and instead use Arsenal, because why not? I mean, it would just be easier based off of where we're going to take this, since it's going to be a multi-planet thing. And since they're updating their armors, it might just be easier to do that, because otherwise I want them to, you know, feel comfortable playing this thing I made for them. So, I don't know. What will be interesting, though, and this is where I've actually done some new stuff. So I'm working on a program that will compile week after week. There will be a new document for them to fill out. This week there's actually going to be 2, but the week after week one will be a document asking them what else they want to buy, if they want to transfer credits to people, if they want to transfer vehicles to people, and one other thing. I think it's if they want to sell anything on the black market, such as death sticks, electrolyte serum, battle stimulants, roleplay items, which I have certain groups using. So, for example, the Hut guys, Op4 will be... I think he just accidentally blued someone in the beginning. That's beautiful. So, as I was saying, the Op4 guys will generally have more drug-related items, while the Blue 4 guys will mainly have, like, you know, stimulant items. So both sides have, like, sellable gear that they can take, and when I say they, I mean the players can take, and then put in their boxes, and then label to me to say, hey, we want to sell item XYZ. And then the contracts have certain things that you have to bring back to prove that you either did it, or for the bounties that we have going on, which, by the way, when you see a guy with an X in this scenario, it means that's a guy with an active bounty on him. He might also have a special item if he's wanted dead, or if he's wanted alive, he'll be, you know, brought back here. Trying to think what else. But as I was saying, with that form, I'm working on a script that will take the content of what they put in that form and automatically put it in their INIDB2 cache file. And it actually mostly worked today with their initial files. The only one thing that didn't work on was Drake's, because one of the guns he wanted had 3 different types of ammo for it, and the script had an issue differentiating between spaces and underscores. So I have no idea how I'm going to solve that, but at least I can, you know, just test everything going forward. So basically what I'm trying to say is they'll throw a document in, and then the document will automatically take what they requested and sort everything. I just have to take the stuff from the Google input form and then put it in the doc. And that's why I have them write things a certain way, so that the script can differentiate what items what, because they're running 3 different clone trooper mods that have the same guns 3 times over. and it's a gigantic pain in the butt. And then the second thing I'm going to have run is because they are running customization stuff. Excuse me, they wanted customization, but it's really hard to put like 20 different groups of customization here. I'm going to instead let them customize the box that has their gear, because there's a bunch of different preset colors they can do. And we're going to go from there. So, I mean, today I made it easy. I'm just going to say side. We're going to change side relations off the bat. It's going to be Op4 is pissed off at these guys, and they should be in enough separate areas, because I don't have any hut patrols going around right now, because they're not going to do that on this planet. So hostile to independent, cool. So it looks like we've got one group heading around, probably going for that, and then the other one is going for this. So there are, every planet I wrote out a bunch of major factions, minor factions. That's in another document I gave them, which I don't have publicly posted, because there's also a few extra details in there I don't want to give to the public. But it also lists out the various factions that give credits, contracts to everything. So there's the bounty office, which will pay out the bounties. There's usually on the planets a planet defense force and then an active enemy faction. So on some planets it's the Huts, some planets it would be corporate sector authority. I was going off of like making a faction based off of the Zerka Corporation from Knights of the Old Republic, and trying to focus on just a lot of other things. But I also have a funny one called the Spice Guild, which is just kind of an anti-smuggler group, and funny enough, the one bounty on the smuggler is for this one today, just to kind of test things out. But like I said, a lot of fucking work went into this one. It's just the maintenance week to week. I'm hoping I've done enough to kind of cut down on it, but we'll see how everything goes. I might also add a few additional vehicles, such as like civilian-grade transport Vixen cars, because I got to fill in the gap somehow to get the players mobile here. But we'll see how things go. Because the only Star Wars vehicles they have is either like single-person speeders or like LATs, and then droid transports, but those don't take people, you know. So I'm not gonna lie, Nations, if you actually go into the document that has the that lists the Spice Guild quest, it's literally filled with spice jokes from that one movie, saying the spice must flow and shit. It was just to have fun. Let me also make sure that the new audio level on this is working right. Yep. And then you'll see me RCing stuff to shoot them. But we'll see how things go. Yeah, it's Dune. Alright, I'm going to ungroup all those guys because they all immediately reacted, but that's fine. I'm thinking about some other ways I can do like roleplay elements with some of these guys, but we'll see how things go. We're keeping it simple for the first one, just to see how they behave, and I can adjust things off of that. That's why we also ran so many one-offs, to make sure that things were good. But I'm going to look into a way to cut these guys from speaking. And I think there should be an ace no voice option. But yeah, no, these guys are just randomly getting shot. That was quick. No. So much for that. Oh, come on. Yep. No, that's my internet now. I don't know. Oh well. There's nothing I can do about that, so just gotta keep going and hope it recovers, but That's the one thing I can't fix. Why is it whenever I have something really cool to show off, something breaks it? Today it's my internet. The one time. We haven't had an internet outage like this in literally months. And of course, it picks today of all days to do it. Yesterday we couldn't run ops because the servers were being malarkey. And of course today it's because my internet decides to have an outage. Oh well. We just gotta wait till it recovers. But there is unfortunately nothing I can do about that. Oh well. I'm used to being disappointed at this rate. Twitch just got an update. Oh, that can also be it. Now we wait. Yeah, that guy in the corner has the spice. Yeah, thing I do know about their armor is it's pretty OP. Other group getting on top of that position now. Another thing I can do real quick is I can take a few guys and send them from different angles, and they'll be a little more dynamic at least. Sorry about that. Alright, so that's one contract down. Again, we're starting off easy this week. I'm trying to gauge their difficulty. Plus, they don't have any gear to fall back on because the house didn't spend any money this week. So if they don't have anything, like, and they die, then they're kind of SOL. That's also why, for this week alone, I turned insta-kill off. Send in Goat Team 6 now.
Hi.
And at least I'm making them burn all their bandages. But alright, so it looks like OBS has stopped deciding to break, which is great. There's, again, not much I can do to fix internet issues, but I think it was actually just, you know, OBS being... either OBS being funky, or you guys said Twitch was running an update, so that could have also been it. Is that a dude? So I also know that both Mando and, excuse me, Walrus and Moon are both set to medics and have medical to heal people. So it's not the end of the world here. You may want to start and stop stream. I mean, it says everything's fine on my end now, so I think it's Twitch just running the update, so... I'm only basing it off of the stats OBS gives me. So, I mean, we'll give it a few minutes and whatever happens, happens. Otherwise, that AO is nearly finished. And then we got these guys reconning out this other AO. So it's 3 groups of 2. Again, keeping things simple because this was all based off of like an 8-person player base, and they've literally doubled in size. So now I got to change. At least the next wave of contracts I know isn't going to be this small or short scale. It's also because Zargabat is pretty small itself. But yeah, no. Easy, simple contract done with only a handful of dudes, so works out. Yeah, I know none of these guys have any like marksman grade scopes and stuff, so they will have to eventually move in here. But when I watch these VODs back, I will take a note of who's done what contract. So for the sake of it, Spice was done by Thronboy, Drake, Safis, Pounder, Walrus, and Clover. So that's 1,000 credits divided by that amount. And then if they turn the bounty in, it's going to be up to whoever gives me the... this guy, the turn-in for him is the Pazak deck. So I will DM whoever has that in their box and say, hey, who do you want to give the credits to? And they can fill it in via the form. But yeah, like I said, this is Zargabat itself is kind of the quote-unquote tutorial map. It just means for them to see what this is going to be like, as well as make a few early-on decisions that help me influence the campaign. So, for example, do they want to do PDF contracts? Do they want to do HUT contracts? Do they want to stick with neutral contracts? And then from there, I can tailor the experience based off of what they choose to do from those. But these are all small scale because this, you know, Zargabat, it's a small map itself. It gives me a chance to see what people decide to do, pick, yada-da. So I think it's interesting in that regard. And then watch, if I were to, let's say, grab Safis, for example, and bring him back, and then look at his kit, like, he'll probably have a few death sticks on him if he's been looting. No, he hasn't been looting. Okay. Never mind. Alright, maybe Mando has at least been... I call him Mando because that's the front of his name for Walrus. Really? No one's been looting the death sticks? Alright. Wait, no, that's because... I forgot. These guys are the smuggler dudes I actually, like, gave jack shit to except for bandages. These guys... So we'll see some looting done by the other groups of people. But someone does have a briefcase and a Pazak deck. And it wasn't either of them, so we'll see how things go. Oh, yep, there goes the drop frames again. Again, that's not my internet, though, because my kilobytes per second has been fine. The frame dropping is definitely from Twitch, because my kilobytes per second just went up to, like, 25,000. That's the highest I've ever seen it get maintained for, like, 10 seconds. So that's definitely Twitch, I guess, changing and updating their policies right now, so we just have to deal with it. So I'm sorry, guys, but... not much I can do. So these guys, we have a mix of different kits here. So this means he just has a handgun, but then these guys have some actual rifles. And then their helmets, because there's no, like, good helmets. You see there's a clipping thing. That's actually a basic black helmet with a FIRAWS visor on top of it, because this is the only non-clone trooper helmet that the mod has, other than... droid hats and Mandalorian helmets. Everything else, it's one of those 3 categories. But if I, like when I originally drafted all this stuff for the Zan Consortium campaign I wanted to do 6 months ago but never got to because of lack of interest, this is what we, you know, with Swap, there was so much customization with it, but, you know, some of these mods, it's only Star Wars based, so... you know, I work with what I got. But that's another reason why the server was delayed, is because they, the guys gave me a mod set that was experimental. It hadn't been published yet, so it had FIR in it.
Contractor, we bring back the spices.
Alright. How about we throw those in the house box, and then whoever has, if you have a bounty, just throw that in your inventory crate, and we'll sort it later.
I have some death sticks and some credits and a Paz deck. What do
Yep, so that stuff you can put in your box, and we'll talk about that in debrief.
Okay.
Alright, box is secure. We're ready to move.
Man, do you copy?
Something shooting through the door underneath. I learned this from watching someone do it in Friday Night Fights. Quick reload. And I got shot from the right.
Yeah, we're gonna be doing the recover the property, right? Okay, where are they at the hut?
And what I can do is I can just take another copy of these dudes.
Oh, the hostages?
No, we don't want to take the huts, so we've got a lot of different groups here.
Alright, let me delete this space.
Wait, are we doing the recover property or are we doing the hostages?
Just to throw in a few extra guys, keep things active. Gosh, what was I saying before that? Oh yeah, they had to have everyone load FIRAWS because the visor I was using created dependency, so people that didn't have the mod weren't able to join in because it wasn't an official part of their mod set yet, because they gave me a mod set that they were still working on, so that was kind of funny. I'll actually get this rushed on YouTube. It'll be up tomorrow, because having to edit all of this footage for through Sony Vegas, all the stuff from a week ago, is a pain in the butt. Oh, well. That didn't go the way I wanted it to. Yeah, and I got a few additional guys right here, which are immediately getting shot to shit. And I'm making sure I don't RC any squad leaders here. Any group leaders, because once I do that, everything will get controlled. So it's also because some of the AI they have is pretty dumb. Well. So as you can see, I'm just doing a quick RC. But their armor is also very overpowered, but, I mean, that's their armor in general. I do have this turret, though, and I'm going to repaste this guy. Just so he's effective with it. Yeah, I definitely need to get rid of their voices. Because the voices give them away pretty hard. Yeah, so they're forming up with that. As you can see, I RC'd a group leader. That's why they're all active. I did also bump up all the unit health. They had on 0.50 to 1. Yeah, I didn't do anything. Oh well. Also, I meant to execute a dude. Oops. Because, it's okay. 1,800 credits, nothing there. So, I actually have done a Republic Commando style op in the past. It's just... It's very selective to do something like that because all the groups I work for at least have, you know, more than 4 people. And to do a Republic Commando style op, I'd really want to keep it at the 4-person level, you know? Make 4 really powerful guys and just have them clean through a bunch of droids, you know? So it's on my to-do list. It has been for years, but when I ran it as a T3 op and we had, you know, like 10 Republic commandos, I kept that balance, and they absolutely slaughtered everything. Then they got slaughtered by something I don't even remember. But it was interesting, to say the least. That's, again, you know, something I want to do on my balance, but we'll see how things go. All of those are locked because those are all pretty expensive pieces of equipment. And then what I can do as a last thing is we can just, you know, have another group come in. But yeah, I need to get rid of their voices. That's something I gotta write down during index. And then I'll try to shoot a hostage, just to lower their pay a little bit, because I'm a jerk. So far, I like how this is going. Especially on the bigger maps, the flow will lessen a bit. And then we got people, you know, looting bodies, because these are the guys that'll have, you know, a few death sticks on them. And each one's 4 credits, and they can get some stuff with that. I just also realized I don't think I ever set the global skill because I was too busy looking at other features. There's another thing with a bounty system I could do, but because they're having me load MCC, I can't get to the bounty system without having things break, which is a little bit annoying. Yeah, so let's have him give chase. If they even decide to give chase. Also, I love the bullet drop. Ooh, I just nailed one of them. That might have been a hostage. All right, I was actually really worried that the armor from Optra would be a bit too OP. That might have been a headshot, though, because that was an instant dunk. What gun is he using? I'm going to attack their base if he brings that back. Because I have a rule in play. Because if they could just like loot guns, this would just turn into an Antistasi. And I really don't want it to turn into that. So instead we have base attacks if they bring stuff back. And then I'll move the base next week. I cheat? At least I properly PID my helicopters so I don't shoot them down, Iander. No scope sniper, just handgun blasting it off the side. Yeah, the AI I wish could be a little smarter, but I'll take what I can get, you know? It's better than nothing. I assume based off of all the numbers I'm seeing on OBS and how active chat is that Twitch has finally stopped doing its weird update thing, so hooray. I've actually never had 10.7% dropped frames. Like, damn, that's messy. So because they're using regular T-Fire, I will have to teleport over and do a little bit of roleplay with this guy, but I deliberately made him not the group leader, so when I RC him, it's not going to cause any issues. Sorry, there's a bug on my monitor. I had to squish it. Is this new music? No, this is just Mass Effect music that I've been not playing. Instead, I've been favoring some homeworld stuff, but I got bored of that, so we're listening to Mass Effect again. I'm gonna pull them back. But yeah, no, I need to definitely get rid of the voices. That's fine. I can literally just select them all and check a box. I know, Eander. But yeah, 2 contracts left, and we should be done for the day. This has taken about 45 minutes, because they actually did a force split, which I wasn't expecting, but then again, when I saw how many people actually showed up, that was understandable. Because again, this was meant for like 10 people, and 20 signed up, so. Yes, Barb, that's actually Iander. It says it's in the name. What's that from? That's an AI speaking. But I don't know from what, because none of the AI is engaging, so that's weird. Either way... Oh yeah, 20 Mandalorians would honestly be terrifying. That's why I'm not super annoyed about their armor being this OP, because that's expected. But, you know, nothing we can do with that. But yeah, no, the reason I don't play Star Wars music, normally for Star Wars Ops, I would play the intro or the main theme from Republic Commando sped up at 1.25 times speed. But a friend of mine who played that song over Twitch 2 weeks ago actually got a copyright ban for 3 days. So I don't want to play that because Twitch has made it abundantly clear that if they ban me for anything, regardless of the reason, it's going to be permanent because of what happened in August over a year ago, which was bullshit. But, you know, I got to be careful with what I do because I kind of like this job. You know what I mean? So here's what I will do. Let's change side relations. Blue 4 hostile to op 4. And let's have a Chuckle Fuck McGee batch here.
up. Hey, 6, engage that man, northeast. 8, 6, attack that rifleman, northeast.
Hey, ooh, wow. Yeah, yeah, we can put him in there.
So they don't get
Doing the
shot at
building.
that.
Yeah, that would be smart, right? Someone bleeding, by the way?
One of
Oh
you is
no,
on their
they were probably tortured.
Oh. Alright, 5?
Yeah, 5. There was only
Cool.
5 there.
If you say so. But yeah, I'll get with your contract broker and we'll sort this. Thank you.
Thank you. Alright, let's go, boys.
Keep it simple. Because I don't want to do any hardcore roleplay here. It's just, you know, here to have fun. But so far no one's died yet, which is good, but that will change in the campaign, but they need like a dedicated reinsert ability before we consider shit like that, so.
Wilco.
I'm going to send these guys up. And you got Thrawn looting gear and whatnot. Yeah, I mean, ever since Twitch started getting really anal about copyright stuff, I want to say 5 months ago, they had a massive ban wave, like, a week or two ago as well, on people's, like, VODs and stuff. Thankfully, because of what happened to me in August, I'm immune to that shit, because I delete all the VODs. So I could, in testing things, I can get away with streaming some stuff if I, you know, dilute it and whatnot, but you still have to be careful, because these days it's no one that's actually reviewing your stuff. It's all just a bot. You know what I mean? So just want to keep out of the eyes of the bot. You should be a-okay. And I'm not big enough to, you know, directly get with someone, but I just gotta be careful. So I'm sending Blue 4 back to friendly because I don't want there to be any mishaps. But I think these guys are going to regroup and fight with some of the Hut guys. So we'll see how things go. Twitch acting like YouTube. I mean, it was expected eventually, because one of the best ways to save money is to just, you know, automate everything. But there's bound to be problems with it. It's fine. Yash, I've tried that. It does not work. Unfortunately. Because they will differentiate the audio. Because how the bots actually work is they're not actually... How would I put it? They look for patterns in the music. So this is actually how my old intro started getting copyright striked. Was because it had the same beat pattern as a completely different song. But because of the drums going dun dun dun, like, you know, that the whole reason it was copyright was because of the beats that Northern made for me in there, and it just, because of that, started getting copyright striked, and I was like, okay, that's dumb, but you know, there's nothing I can do about it because that's how fucked YouTube's system is. So we just, you know, I had someone else make an intro song based off of that clip, so. I'm thinking probably 2021 I'll get a newer intro, a new intro that's even shorter. So we'll see how things go. But I'd love to play, you know, some Mandalorian themed music or the Republic Commando theme, but my cat's biting for my attention right here. But it's not possible because even Twitch is being an ass about this. Also, what's going to be really fun about this position is I have a fucking auto turret, and it is destroyable, but if they don't quickly take this out, if this catches them by surprise, this will actually kill somebody. And it's really funny. It'll just blow someone's head off. Well, what's nice about contracts is once they finish things, I can just delete everything. And we'll have even better frames. So they just shot this guy up here.
Understood.
And with that, these guys are going to start mobilizing a squad here. Because this is another hut position, but I also wanted a frame test, so I didn't spawn every single position. Plus, I didn't want some engaging others, because then it would just daisy chain up. But next week's will definitely have that.
On the way.
Yeah, so there's the auto turret going off. Jeez, I used to be able to get them on headshots, but now I just can't get those, period. So for this one, they're looking for a data chip, which is on the guy up there. Trying to get the guy that is the group lead so I can RC him. And then that's going to make the rest of these guys go. But yeah, no, I'm going to have like a full-on group of dudes spawn. Come from all sides, because this is one of the major factions here. But again, keeping things simple today to get it there. So hopefully Amion reports that in, but he's gonna get shot in the back here. Also, some of these laser guns baffle me with the fact that they have like actual working laser not working laser physics. They fall, like the lasers will fall. It's interesting. Yeah, so doing a little more deliberate RCing here. At least I can make him bleed, and that'll at least make him buy new bandages and whatnot. But, you know, I am happy that in the lore, you know, Mando stuff is meant to be OP, so it gives them an excuse to mark up their armor value, but still. Yeah, buy bandages, American healthcare system. It's something for them to worry about and, you know, actively spend credits on. It's maintenance costs and shit. But yeah, they're very hard to kill.
Send in Goat Team 6. No. Target acquired.
Owie. So, Ravach, thanks so much for the 22-month resub, my man. I hope you keep enjoying the operations, and I hope you get a kick out of this. And the bandages, they only cost, basics are 1 credit, and then all the other types are 2. So, medical's pretty cheap. It's just, you know, if you pick up a few death sticks off of some dudes, then you'll be okay. I also love how we have Call of Duty hit markers. But this also, it means that it's hard to kill them, which means that, you know, no one will get outright wipes. But, you know, I can still make them pay for additional things. They'll have to share equipment and all that fun stuff. So my question is, does that one guy still have that other blaster that I know he didn't buy? Because I stated in the rules that, you know, some of the gear will be tracked and I will have people react. And then, you know, they got some of the medics which will patch and whatnot. And it doesn't look like it. Yeah, so he dropped it in the AO. Good, 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 good. Yep. I can't win. That's the whole point. You got vacuum sealed balaclavas. Nice. Let's see, otherwise they're going to start coming back. They might not even do the hut contract. I mean, we still have time. I told them I wanted to be done by 9. It's only 7:30, so. No harm, no foul. But yeah, so far I've been impressed with the campaign so far. I will say it's not going to get too grand scale, because at the end of the day, the mod set is very, very limited, and you can tell when you go through the pages of, you know, what's on the gear and stuff. But I think this will be a good, probably 2 to 3 month project. I originally budgeted 4 with 6 planets, but I'm going to rock it with 5. But we'll probably be done by the 4th, because early game is easy. That's where the challenge is, though, in getting a decent credit pool. Mid-game, there's a bit of a climb as well, because you start going to other planets at that point, but then the lawn con is what's difficult. All because I don't have... there wasn't enough weapons for me to, like, tier the types of guns they could get, for example. So one of the things, if I were to do this project again, and I'm thinking about doing something like this for Paw Patrol, which are the Thursday PMC guys, like months down the road, or maybe even TSB. Just, you know, it would be like a play off of what Makarov's PMC campaign was, just with some different rules. But, you know, that gives me enough gear to, you know, tier, you know, the types of weaponry they can buy. And, you know, doing this contract branch will gain them this gear and yada-da, you know? Yeah, Paw Patrol, the guys that are doing the Serrani stuff on Thursdays, which the last op they did was actually pretty fucking good, in my opinion. Like, they actually impressed me with that last operation with the lap pulling away, which I thought was pretty cool. Yeah, I'm gonna have those guys go around. Jesus, Barb. What's up?
Hello, sir.
Let's give him a warm welcome, shall we?
Alright. Mr. Contract Man.
Yep.
Alright. Got the data card. I'm putting it into the terminal so you can transfer it to the buyer.
Okay. So I assume you'll be the guy. Actually, we'll talk about how we're going to split these, because a few things happen. I just want some clarification, but gotcha.
We'll just split it full even, because they kind
Full
of
even? Gotcha.
Yeah.
What about the second contract? Just the group that went there, or the additional group that came in towards the tail end?
No.
To help you walk them in?
Everything. Just bulk it, because they basically everybody helped it, most of them.
All right, but the first one, that was only done by a specific group, unless you want me to bulk that one too. Your call.
Well, we'll talk with the Walrus about it, and we'll see
Okay.
his thoughts.
Yep.
Where do you want the data card at? You're here in my thing.
You can just put it in the big box for house.
Okay.
Some of you are bleeding, by the way. You might want to fix that.
Riley.
Like, that guy's bleeding.
I got myself handled. Oh, it's Riley as well. Moon, you got a stitching kit, right? Or no?
Well, I caught plenty of rounds,
Alright.
just none of them penetrated.
So, Moon, I'd assume based off of the fact you're all standing in formation, we're done for the day?
I don't know. It's just
Where'd he go?
More of as incoming, actually, but yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah, we don't deal with the cowardice huts, so
Gotcha.
yeah, we're not going to help them.
That's also why I'm doing this as a trial, because I don't know which ones they're going to do for what. So at least that helps me, you know, focus for the later planets. Because I had a plot line. I had a hut plot line. I've got a PDF hotline, which I guess we'll go through, and then we got some neutral contracts.
Walrus, help me.
That's good, because that's why I have groups like Corporate Sector Authority, which will also be, you know, versus PDF. And then there will be some where it's like Direct Republic versus CIS. So we'll see how things go.
Can I have a stitch kit? Yeah, come here, I'll give you mine.
Do you have a stitch kit without med perms?
All right. So as you guys do medical and stuff, here's how this is going to work. If you have things you can sell in the black market, like stimulants, death sticks, bounty-related items, put them in your boxes. And then when you go through a form, which I'll send in a few hours, over what you want to sell for credits, you'll list out how many you had in the box. And then I'll fact check it, and then you'll get the credits.
Hey, by the way, Liru, we're going to make a separate channel for you in our Discord and give you tags for it.
Okay.
So it's not all going through general.
All right. That's fine. I mean, this will all be done through Google Forms, though.
Yeah, I know.
So if you have stuff you want to put in your box, keep it there. Otherwise, since I think we're going to forego the INIDB2 framework, please don't take anything extra, but here is the fun arsenal box. I think I'm going to make it into the house box as the arsenal box. Just don't abuse it, please. Otherwise, I'll get very angry. But once you're ready, feel free to save your shit, and then you can get off the server unless you want to do more debrief. Because I got to keep the server up because I want to fact check everything in the boxes because I want to make sure my framework's working fine.
Hey, Liru, I don't know
Yep.
about other people, but I was having a serious issue being able to pick anything up off of the bodies. Regardless of what it was, I just couldn't pick anything up.
Okay, so I didn't clarify that. That's my bad. You gotta take the vest and the backpack off, like off the body, equip it, then you can right-click all the items and then put your stuff back on.
Yeah, that's what I ended up doing.
So that's I know you can't do that with uniforms, but I completely forgot to bring up that extra part, so that's my bad.
Yeah, so
Yeah, that's why I had to do it
a lot
the
of
intel.
shit got left on the field. Like a lot of shit.
That's all right. Again, like this is a 3-part tutorial for Zargabat itself, so that's how we teed all this out, you know.
Alright, yeah, no problem. Moon, did you have something else you wanted to do on here today?
This isn't where I parked my car, Keck.
I think the only
I
thing
do
left
actually have
to-
questions for you.
Yep.
So we found a hut compound just off to our southwest, probably about 500 meters. What are they doing so close to our base?
If you want, you can tell me where you want me to move the base for next week, and we can do it. That's how base moving is going to work, by the way. You just tell me where, but...
No, I'm asking as in, like, what are the huts doing there? Do we know anything? Do we have any intel?
No, but I guess you'll learn next week, because you've picked what plot lines you want to pursue based off of your actions, so...
Yep. Screw the huts.
Okay. Any other questions from anyone? Alright, cool. Again, make sure before you disconnect, please save your thing, because I think we're going to do Arsenal Framework instead of INIDB2 for the sake of your armors, plus I know some of your armors are being worked on, yada yada, and I'd hate for INIDB2 to record stuff and then it gets updated and then it completely breaks. So,
Not everyone.
just save your kit and then
Not everyone
get off.
joins.
Alright, so I'm going to wrap it up here. Overall, a little bit of teething issues, a little bit of, you know, what the I learned what the players are going to be basing on. So, yeah, I mean, this was a pretty successful test overall. I will say the next two are going to be, the next one's going to be a bit more difficult. The third one's going to be a bitch, essentially, because I've got an interesting surprise prep for that one. What, Walrus?
The rest of our stuff that we grabbed from the boxes you want us to put back?
So here's how it works, guys. Save your thing last. If there's anything you want to put back in your box, feel free. Try to keep partial magazines on your player though, because it's easier for things to keep up that way. But put anything you want in your boxes; they'll be recorded. Otherwise, keep what you have in your inventory, save it in the arsenal, and then you can leave. That makes sense?
How do we?
Yeah,
So
so theoretically, I could drop everything and put it in, like, I could take my entire armor and everything, I could put it in the box.
I'd prefer you don't, because
Okay.
the whole reason we're doing the arsenal framework is so you keep that armor going forward without me having to completely change your uniform
Okay.
thing.
Alright, I got you.
What was your question?
Liru, I have a question.
So
Alright,
if we
here,
have,
over here first.
If we have anything that we're selling, we put it in the box.
Put it in the box, yes. If you're selling... So here's the thing. It's not automatically done. You still have to state what you want to sell, because there's some items that you can either sell or you can cash in. For example, a data card on the black market goes for 100, but from the contract you did today, it goes for 15 times that amount. So it was already specified, but it's the why we have the document there, so I know what to do with specific items, because there will be other choices for certain things, and there might be contracts in the future for you to get X amount of item for XYZ reason.
So it would be beneficial to wait for if we have.
I can tell you this right now. You can sell your death sticks. Like, I'm not going to do anything special with that, but there's other items in the black market list, like back to tank stuff, that might be kept for contracts later.
Okay, so is there a document we have to like log that?
So what do you mean log that?
Like a document specifically set aside for us to fill out what we left in our box.
Yes, I will give that to you in a few hours after this concludes, because I still have to finalize it.
Okay. Back in line, boys. Alright.
Okay.
Oh, what was the other question here?
So whenever it says on the document credit card 25 plus varies. Does that mean like the credit chips over there, or?
No, so there's a specific item called a credit chip card, and it's for, there are certain bounties or certain people in factions that have them, and I literally have a list in my personal files of what specific credit chip has what specific amount of credits. So that's just another small custom thing.
One more
So,
thing.
yep.
So I found a Pazak deck, and that's not on the like black market
Yes.
sell list.
But if
Is
you
that
look...
from the bounty, or?
Yes, it's from the bounty.
Okay.
So if you put that in your box and then tell me you want to cash the bounty in, then you get the credits. And then if you want to send any of those credits to other people, the same form will tell you. It'll be clear when I send it to you in a few hours.
Okay. Other than that, you guys are dismissed. If you're still going to be on and stuff, Liru, doing
Yep.
your stuff,
Mhm.
we'll probably do a tiny bit of scouting. But
There's nothing to scout. So this was also kind of a stress test. So I only spawned what the active contracts were. Don't worry about doing things like scouting. I have to control things a bit more than that.
With FIR on there, just for future reference.
All right, I'm gonna cut the stream here. What will go up on YouTube tomorrow is something a lot more heavily updated and cut. So, thank you so much for watching. Go operate operationally. Enjoy the rest of your day or night. Cheers, and see you tomorrow for TSB up and a cherry up on the 506th. And I'm gonna be streaming something in the morning for Barbarian. So, see you guys.